My daughter graduated from Wallatoa High Charter School in 2015. She went to another school in the same area, up the road. She was considered special ed. They told me and her father that she would never advance to more than being a fourth grade reading level or work. So we finally decided to transfer her out. This was in mid-school. She had been suspended probably about 65 times for the entire school year. I was told
What grade?
She was in 7th grade. We were told that she would either end up in the system or she'd end up dead. That's what they envisioned her to be, that type of person. So her freshman year, I brought her here to the charter. Just like I told her, and all the other students that year, how important, school was, credits were. So she started making her own goals. She tested in her reading score at a 2nd grade reading level through Reading Plus, through the assessment. So she used the Reading Plus every day here at school. She used it at home because she wanted high goals. When I asked her what, and all the rest of her classmates, what are your goals? She came to me, she says, I want to be a nurse. And I said, okay, well, this is what it takes to be a nurse. So she used the Reading Plus and she gathered all the knowledge that she could. And she worked very hard. Her senior year, she worked really hard her junior year. But last year, she completed and she graduated from CNM with her CNA certificate. She was the 2nd highest student in the entire class. She graduated from CNM. May, she graduated from Wallatoa High Charter School and she became salutatorian of her class. She was offered several scholarships. She decided to take the scholarship at Eastern New Mexico, where she currently has a 4.0. Her English, she took here at the high school, and she took college courses. She took her English 1101, English 1102, Intro to EMS. She took ethnobotany. She took art 2D, 3D. She took her CNA medical terminology. She took phlebotomy. So when she left here, she ended up with 29 college credits. So she entered into the university as a sophomore. So she's currently a sophomore at Eastern New Mexico. High remarks from her teachers saying, wherever you were at, whatever they did, I think everyone else needs to do. Her reading went from, as I said, she started at a 2nd grade reading level. She took the College Board Accuplacer. You have to get an 85 or better to get into an 1101 or higher course, and she scored on that. She scored a 93 first time she took it, after she studied a little bit. But as I said, she used Reading Plus every day at night until she got where she's at. So currently right now she's at the university. She has a 4.0. Her goal is to become a nurse. She's currently was offered a job at the hospital in Portales. She not only has her certificate, but she also took her New Mexico state-based test to be a CNA, and she passed that with a 98%. So this is my daughter right here when she was in school. This is her going to CNM. This is her.
Pull it a little closer, would you?
This is her. CNM.
A little bit closer, a little down. There we go.
That's my daughter in her uniform. She was in a class with, of course, students that were much older than she was. Some of them in their 20s and 30s. And
What's her name?
than Dominic Chavez.
Dominic.
Other than her instructor, who was the teacher here, she was the only one that got a higher grade than my daughter. And that was only by 2 points. And that was the teacher.
What a story.
So she's also a first responder. She passed her first responders course, and she's also a first responder through the state of New Mexico. She took her test, so she's also a first responder as well.